Hello, bonjour, bienvenue. Comme Denise a mentionné, mon nom c'est Serge et puis je suis avec Musicplay depuis 3 ans et demi, pas 2. Le temps passe vite. My name is Serge. I've been with MusicplayOnline for 3.5 years, not 2. Time goes by really, really fast. And it's been a real joy to work with Denise and the team. And it's been a highly, highly creative work for me. It's a combination of teaching and learning and music and languages all in a big bowl. And I've really, really enjoyed my time with MusicplayOnline. And I think I'm going to be here for a while. Denise keeps saying that she's going to keep me until I'm 90 years old. So as a presentation, I will share my screen with you. I have a PowerPoint that I will go back and forth between the PowerPoint and the screen and the website, just to show you some of the features that we have in French on our website. It is by all means, not complete, but I think, it is a pretty good start. Slideshow there. So a bit about me. I'm semi-retired. I consider myself semi-retired. I've been a member of MusicplayOnline since 2019 on a part-time basis. And as I said, my work is a combination of music, language, and teaching and learning. I'm also a part-time student at Campus Saint-Jean at the University of Alberta. I just started about 3 weeks ago. I'm taking 2 music courses because my background is language, culture, and literature, not music. Although I studied music in high school in grades 9, 10, 11, 12, and I played the clarinet in 10, 11, 12 during my 2 years of college and my first year university, but I haven't touched the instrument in very, 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 very long time. Before MusicplayOnline, I worked in the post-secondary sector for 30 years. I taught French and Spanish at Rideau College. I was also the program director for the Bachelor of Arts program. That's the Humanities and Social Sciences at Rideau College. I also did a lot of teacher training. Because when you work in a post-secondary environment, not everybody is coming through the door as a teacher. They are experts in what they teach, but they're not necessarily teachers. So the college was really, really good in training people to become efficient teachers. I was also a professional development consultant for all faculty at Rideau College in the last 2 years. I also did a lot of community work. Denise mentioned that I was the regional director for the French Canadian Association of Alberta for a couple of years. I worked a lot in diversity, culture, immigration, and with the LGBTQ2S+ community. I'm also a swimmer and a swim coach with the Masters, and it's also another passion of mine. So today what I'm proposing is to show you what we have in terms of songs. That's going to be the bulk of the presentation. We also have some files, some documents in units. We also have some documents in French that are kind of here and there and everywhere, like on the website. So I will guide you through that as well and show you where those resources are. And at the end, you will have an opportunity to ask questions or make comments and tell us, anything you want to tell us. So our resources in French are primarily for French immersion programs, Francophone schools, bilingual programs or dual track programs, or even English programs that who want to include some resources in French in their curriculum. For example, very often you will find schools in the English program who will introduce songs like Frère Jacques and Au clair de la lune and kind of very traditional short songs in French. In my work, I really want to maintain the authenticity of the MusicplayOnline program, but also the integrity of not only of the program and the songs, but also the integrity of French in terms of terminology. For example, and I will tell you a little bit about my experience, as a learner of music. There's direct translation versus the exact terms and the precision in terms that we use. But I'm also learning through my courses that in Alberta, for example, students in French programs, whether French immersion or Francophone schools, tend to learn music in French, but with quite a bit of English terminology. So we'll start with the songs, how to find songs on Musicplay Online, and I will be going back and forth between my PowerPoint and actually, I'll go back to my PowerPoint just to show you first. If you have it open in front of you, if you have the website in front of you, you may want to follow us, follow me along as we go. So to select songs, you will go to the home page and you will click on song list. And then you see the yellow box here, and I'll go to the website to show you that. Oh, Serge la technologie. Wrong one. I lost my website. Okay, so I will find it and give me a couple seconds. Oh, there we go. So you click on song list, then you use this drop box and click on French, and you will see that all the resources, the songs in French, have a blue tab. And this is quite a long list, and the list will be expanding. If you look at the first kind of red dots here, those are old songs that have been published on Musicplay Online before my time. We're keeping them for now because we know that some teachers, like quite a few teachers have been using them and still use them and like to use them. Some of them we are reviewing and revamping and re-recording and developing more resources for each of the songs, because some of them will have very, very limited information beyond the song itself. So what we endeavor to do is create teacher guides with information that will help teachers use the song, play the game, meet teaching and learning objectives and that kind of thing. Then I mentioned selecting the language, and you see the tab. And then after that, you will select the grades. So if you select grade 1, so I'm in song list in French in grade 1, this is the list of songs that we have currently in grade 1. Not all the songs that you see on my screen are actually there, but the great majority are there right now. What we've been working on right now, until now, is for grades 1, 2, and 3, September, October. We have quite a bit of November done, particularly for grades 1 and 2. I'm working on grade 3 right now. And as the year progresses, we will add resources for December and January, and then run the rest of the year on a monthly basis. That said, it's not because a song is in grade 1 that you have to use it only in grade 1. You could take a song in grade 1 and use it in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, or even middle school. The same for a grade 3 song, you might want to use in grade 1 and 2, depending on how appropriate you find that the song might be for your students, for your learners. Or how if it's an easier song, or if a song might be challenging and whatnot. And you will, if you're familiar with the setup in English of Musicplay Online, you know also that when you play a video, that you could slow down the video so that students can hear the words better, or it's easier for repetition. For example, if you do a lot of repetition with your students, that's also a good tool to have. I am not watching the chat right now, just so but I will answer your questions that appear in the chat, as we go along, to particularly at the end of the presentation. So for each song, you will find videos, and for the videos we have the notation videos and the lyrics videos. Not all the songs right now that are published have videos. Our videographer has been working really, really hard at producing and uploading videos on our website. but it's a work in progress. But for the great majority of songs, like, the videos are there and they're available. You will also find what I call page conceptuelle. Those are the concept slides. If you're familiar with the old concept slides, they were the track, the vocal track or the accompaniment track with a PowerPoint presentation, and then you click on the slides to move them forward. The way we've been working with concept slides in French, and I will show you on the website with one of the songs. I like to sing a lot all the time. We'll open this one. So you have the notation and lyrics videos. And see if you can hear it.
No, we can't hear it. Oh, there we go.
And the same track with the lyrics, but this time with the lyrics. And the lyrics are highlighted as the singer sings the song. And the concept slides that we're telling you about, you will find the vocal track and the accompaniment track, as well as the slides that you move like one at a time. There's a concept slide. There's a set of concept slides for notation, one for lyrics, and we have the lyrics on one page where the songs tend to be longer, and then the lyrics also divided into separate slides, so you could show one slide at a time to your students. Then there also, we've been adding the arrangements, piano, ukulele, guitar, boom whackers when we have them on the English side, and orff when we have them as well. Some of the songs have what we call imprimable, printables. The navigation itself of the website remains in English. We haven't gone as far as redesigning the whole website, to make it entirely French, but we have printables like the Ask Me sheets that you could send, you could give to your students and then send them home with that, and then they can ask them to sing the song to people they know. And draw a picture and that kind of thing. And there's a short description of the song, and maybe talk a little bit about the concepts that you could play with this, that you could target with the song. And for each of the song, there's also the French equivalent of a teacher guide that's been translated to French with the score, the lyrics, the teaching objectives. Some have play and create, and different sections on depending on the song. I have this song in my head. The lyrics, the tools, the description, and the arrangements, and the printables. Trying to keep track of time as well as we do this. I'm going to find a song from a higher grade. So I go back to my song list. Now, when I go back to my song list, it takes me back to the English. So again, I go to the French, and I'm going to go to a grade 3, and I'm going to indulge here in what has become my favorite song that I wrote lyrics for. because I was that kid when I was a kid. I was that kid who the second week in July would go to his mom and say, "Mom, when does school start?" And she couldn't wait for school to start because she got really tired of hearing me asking that question. So it's called J'aime aller à l'école. It goes like this. I spent the whole summer singing that song. Okay. Then I'm going to show you one more song that the video is like fresh off the press as of today. And I think it's in grade 2, no, grade 1. It's called Sortilège. And our videographer has done like wonderful work with pictures and animation and whatnot. Yeah. This is one for Halloween. So we're having fun doing this as well. And I hope that you will enjoy, like, some of the stuff that we have produced in the last little while, and that your students will also enjoy them. So I'd like to move on a little bit and talk about units. In units, there are some resources that are available like directly in French. So if you click on units on the left side of the screen and you go to French, again, we have 2 units that are exclusively in French. There are translation of the English side. So one we developed last year was Orange Shirt Day. So if you're looking for maybe activities to do tomorrow, or if you have class on Friday, activities to do with your students in French, we have those concept slides and some of the resources like an activity with vocabulary, match the word with the definition, and those also come with the answers. The other unit we have is brand new. It's the staff lesson that I translated and then submitted to our designer who works with that, and it's pretty much a copy, if you will, in French of what you will find on the English side. So there are 7 lessons. We're still doing some editing. We got some final touches to do to it, but for the most part, it's very, very workable and usable. So start with the one on the treble clef and with the objective, and then you like you do for the English side, like you click, the information is in French, so you click on the number, to draw the line, and it's interactive. So we maintain the same interactivity with the staff lesson as we did in English. One of the things that I discovered through my work here and through the classes I've been taking is that in Alberta, for example, in French immersion, that's what I'm experiencing, with my classmates at Campus Saint-Jean, is that in French immersion in Alberta, they tend to learn music with the letters as opposed to the Latin names. While in French is a bit more rigid in that, where in that we use the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and not the letters. So it's a bit of a shift, for me to move from do, re, mi to C, D, E, although it's not that bad of a transition. But I find that some of my classmates who learn music with the letters are actually struggling with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. I don't know if it's a transfer of the letter to the name or something else, that they find tricky. But so in those lessons, you will find that there's a combination of the do, re, mi, and the letter notes. So and part of it is deliberate in that we want to maintain the movable do, because if we only strictly work with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, it's a fixed do, and there's nothing we can do about it. While when we transition a little bit to the letter side, then it's easier to work with the movable do. So yeah, and that's what we have for units. So that's the units with the French filter. If you go to units, and then in this case you have to do a little bit more research. By the way, the PowerPoint is maybe posted already, or if it's not, it's going to be posted after the presentation. So you could always go back to the PowerPoint, to find out the specific information on how to get to the resources. So we have instruments of the orchestra. Where you will find some resources in French, and you have to scroll down a little bit to find them. It's at the very bottom where you have the resources in French. It's Color the Instruments, and those are worksheets. There's also the bingo that are translation of what we had in English, in the higher sections of that unit. Over time, our goal is to develop more of those resources. Now, that said, if there are resources that you use, if you teach in French immersion or you teach in French, and you are familiar with some of the resources in English, and you think like, it would be really, really nice, really, really cool to have that resource for us, send us an email and ask us. If we find that we have the time to do it, in the moment, we will do it. We try to accommodate as much as we can, because our goal ultimately is to support our teachers and support students. It's not like, we don't do the work because we just want do work. We do the work because we are really, really aiming at supporting students and teachers. So that's without the filter. You will also find so instruments of the orchestra is the only one that is numbered. The rest of them, the others are Carnival of the Animals, where that was at the request of, I think Denise asked me one day. She said, we have these worksheets for Carnival, we should have them in French. I said, okay. So if you look at under each of the headings, each of the sections of the Carnival of the Animals in the resources, you will have the worksheet in French. So la Marche Royale du Lion, where you have it's the same worksheet that you will find in English, except that this one's in French. And those worksheets are under every section of Carnaval of the Carnaval des Animaux, or Carnival of the Animals. And over time, again, we will develop more resources for those. And the other one I would like to point out is the composers. We have MusicplayOnline acquired the rights for movies on Bach's Fight to Freedom, Beethoven Lives Upstairs, and Bizet's Dream in English, French, and Spanish. I'm not doing Spanish yet because I'm too busy doing French, but we developed the questions that go with the movie. So you could, let's go to Beethoven Lives Upstairs. There's the French version of the movie, so you could play the video in French and have your students look at the questions and answer the questions as they watch the movie. And again, as time progresses, we will develop more of those resources as well. And the last bit that I would like to share with you is under there are two more bits. The listening kits. On listening kits, then you could go to the filter French, and there we have these 5 sections, les sons qui nous entourent, which is also based on the English version. And then they're really, really good for pre-kindergarten or kindergarten or grade 1, like the younger students, where they will be asked to identify the songs, what keeps a beat, slow and fast, loud and quiet, and high and low sounds. That's what we have for the moment. And then the last little bit that we have on the website is under lesson planning. Under the music advocacy posters that promouvoir la musique, you have these posters. Comment l'éducation musicale affecte le cerveau chez les jeunes. So those are posters that you could print and post in your classroom, or in your teacher's lounge, or in your principal's office, or wherever you think is appropriate. And the other one that we have done recently is what we learn in what we learn posters, ce que nous apprenons. And there's a poster for each of the grades from pre-kindergarten to middle school. So those are the lesson planning that we have available for you. I would like to talk a little bit about arrangements. If you've been working on the English side of the website, you probably noticed that under arrangements, Sometimes you will find a PDF of a PowerPoint that is a translation of the English PowerPoint that we added to the arrangements. Now, one of the things that happened is that as we were developing the songs in French, right or wrong, I went to the English side and removed some of those PowerPoint presentations that were in the English side. And then we heard from a couple of teachers like, hey, I was using this last year and it's not there anymore. I would like to have it back. So if you have used resources like those in the past and they disappeared, or if you're working on a song and there's no PowerPoint in French attached to it, let us know. If it's something that we remove, we'll be happy to put it back on. If it's something that has never been there, if we have worked on the song on a French version of the song, I'll be more than happy, to develop that and that resource, and then publish it on the website as well on the English side of things. And I think that's maybe in part, for French immersion teachers who were looking for resources, when we had a very limited number of resources in French, or even English programs or dual track programs that would like to have both the French and the English version of the document. So we'll be very, very happy to accommodate. So this is the bulk of what I wanted to present to you today. I'd like to give big thank yous to Denise, one for hiring me. I know she said, I keep saying that she was happy and grateful that I came and worked for MPO, but I'm also very grateful for the opportunity. It's been a really, really, really awesome experience. This is the best semi-retirement, gig that I could have found at this stage in my life. And I also want to thank the members of the MusicplayOnline team, whether it's the project managements, the recordings, the videos, the vast knowledge of technology, people who, the designers and the support team. I also want to thank you, the teachers, who some of you may have been part of the consultation group that we did 2.5 years ago as we started producing translation of songs just to get feedback. I learned tons from that exercise because one of the things in translation is quite the beast, depending on the type of translation that you do. So translating a document is far different than translating lyrics for a song, because you have to take into account the strong beat, the weak beats, where syllable falls and where to separate syllables and stuff. And yeah, so it's been a really, really awesome learning experience. And the subscribers to MusicplayOnline who I'm amazed, all the time at the number of people who are subscribers and the super positive feedback that we keep getting from teachers. And before we move on to the question period, I'd like to share with you, how to join us. How to contact us, rather. If you want to contact me, you can do it in French or in English. And if it's for something like, hey, I would like, maybe see if we could have, this resource available in French, whether it's a poster or a sheet, a worksheet, and see what we can do for you. If it's something more technical, then we ask that you write to support@musicplay.ca and that you do that in English. Because what happens is that if you send an email in French to support, they will forward it to me anyway, so it will end up in my inbox. And trying to get out of that PowerPoint. Okay. And that's what I wanted to share with you.
Before you,
yeah.
Thank you. Can you actually just hop back onto MusicplayOnline and share? We have a question about some of the additional concept slides that you have made. So for example, boomwhackers or any of the content concepts.
On the song side?
On the song side. So I'm like looking at Choo Choo,
Yeah.
Boomwhackers, right? So
Okay.
you've been doing lots of work with that.
Choo Choo's in grade 1. Choo Choo. The Boomwhackers, you say?
Yeah, the Boomwhackers. So there's a PDF available, but there's also the
Concept
in the
slide.
concept slides as well.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not just for Boomwhackers. You also have all the ORF available.
Yeah, where that on the English side, where there was a piano, there's a piano in French. Where there was a ukulele, there's a ukulele in French. Where there's a boomwhacker, there's a boomwhacker in French. And pardon me. And if there was an ORF, the ORF is also available for that song. So not all the songs have the boomwhackers and the ORF, but the great majority of them will have the piano and the ukulele guitar.
And I
the
even
same will
see
go
some
with the concept
interactives.
slides. So
Yeah.
for the concept slides, it's the same that you found under the arrangements. Yeah, and then you could play the vocal track or the accompaniment track with as you showed the slides to your students. And this one also has like printables, like a little storybook to illustrate. The pointing page, if you use the pointing page for rhythm, for example, you have it there. It doesn't prevent you, from using one of those printables for this song, for example, with another song. If you find that, hey, I could use that pointing page, for that song over there. Don't do go back and forth to save, some of those things in your list. Actually, that's a good song to look at. Every once in a while, there's a demonstration by students. We kept the English version of the song just to show the game or the dance or the movement that goes with the song. So if you look at the Choo Choo video, you will hear that the song is in English. But it gives you a visual of what the activity is and how to do the activity with the students.
Which actually leads us to an interesting thing as well, because you've translated some of Musicplay, but we also have injected some French, like traditional French.
Yes, I forgot to mention. Well. I forgot to mention. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, stop sharing. Yeah. So the songs that you will find on Musicplay Online are a combination of traditional songs, and the fun part of that was that those are songs that I sang when I was a kid. So it took me back, to my childhood, which was awesome. And brought back good memories and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. So there are traditional songs. Violette à bicyclette comes to mind, for example. Dos à dos is one that we had hidden somewhere, but we kind of reviving it. And we will add more traditional songs as well, as we go along. Yeah, and also translation of songs that you will find on the English side of Musicplay Online. That have been translated, the lyrics have been translated into French, and the resources that go with the songs as well.
Mm-hmm. We do have a question about grades 4 and 5. If we're going to be rolling through those guys as well.
Yeah, so our focus initially was grades 1, 2, and 3. But when I started working here, my task was to write lyrics for songs in French. That was my task. So I was working in songs in grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in middle school. Excuse me. And so we do have some songs that have been translated to French. Excuse me, for the higher grades. We haven't done a whole lot of recordings for them, but we're just about ready to start recording some of those. And as we go along, like, we will publish also songs in those grades 4, 5, and 6. I think we will focus primarily on grade 4. And then grade 5 and 6, like, the beast is a little bit more interesting to tame, in that I'm thinking about, like, some of the units, particularly, like, that deal with jazz and different types of music and different genres of music and that kind of thing. But yeah, we're not uniquely restricted to grades 1, 2, and 3 in our work here.
And might even jump into kindergarten when we've got a program
Well,
plan.
We're rewriting.
It's on my to-do list to do the alphabet songs. Yeah, and I think that will come, like, sooner than later. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, there's no other questions. Does anybody else have any questions? Unmute question. Go for it. French or English?
Yeah. Si vous voulez poser la question en français, allez-y. Si quieren hacer la pregunta en español, la pueden hacer en español también. Denise probably got that.
Sí, entiendo.
Muy bien.
Alrighty. Well, I have nothing from YouTube either, so I think that's where we're at.
Okay.
I really need to thank Serge for all his work on this. I don't know if you realize, when you were looking at all those components for every song, that Serge actually built all those components. Like, it's just a massive amount of work to do the worksheets and the printables and the concept slides. And yeah, it has been massive. And this would not have happened if Serge hadn't volunteered his services 3 years ago when he came on. He actually came on to us as an intern. So see what you can do in retirement. You can be an intern at a publishing company, and then you're gifting all of Canada with some amazing French resources. So bravo, Serge, and merci beaucoup, because this wouldn't be there without you.
Thank you very much. It's been a real joy. Like, like I said, like, I love coming to work. I love the work I do. And, like, like I said earlier, it's the best semi-retirement gig, like, I could have found at this stage of my life. So I'm very, very, very grateful. Thank you.
Yes, we'll stay semi-retired together. My semi is maybe a little more hours a week than yours, but
our age gap is not that big. Our age gap is not that big.
No, I'm the old one, so yes,
slightly older. Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, for joining us today, and enjoy watching the French just keep growing, because it's lovely to see it develop.
And again, let us know if there's something, like, that you would